Bruce Springsteen, it is so cool to meet you.
Thanks.
What's it like to be that person that everyone gets excited to be in the room with? Does that ever get normal?
I don't know. I'd like to know what it's like to be Bruce Springsteen myself sometimes, you know. But, you know, in your work life, it's one thing, and in your real life, it's another. You know, I always say that, yeah, I get to be boss for like the 4 hours I'm on stage, and then the minute I come off, then and Patty's boss after that for the rest of my days.
You've been doing this for 40 odd years now.
Yeah.
What is it about making music and being on stage? What does that give you that other things in life don't?
Well, actually, you know, as life goes on, you do. The stage is a unique place. It's pretend, first of all. So you're making believe, though you're trying to experience and communicate authentic emotion, and you present a picture of a world and a life that your audience enters with you, and where you communicate and experience a set of common values and dreams and interests with the people that you've been in conversation with for 40 or 45 years, or with some of them only 5 years, or for the first time that night, you know, because we have a lot of young kids that come out and who've just discovered us or just seen us, so that's exciting. And that's a great experience, but it's separate from real life. You know, real life is the same struggle as it is for most folks, and but it also brings with it its own enormous satisfactions. And really, the film is about those two things: the tension between the individual freedom, going where you want to go, doing what you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, and a family life or a communal life, which really is the ultimate enrichment of the time that we spend here, you know. So the film is about how people make those compromises and where they find their fulfillment, you know. So the life that I've built since I was about 40, you know, which is the children and Patty and I's life together, and my home in New Jersey, that brought its own enormous pleasures, and I've been lucky with it. So
that's what I loved about this film, because I think I went in going, okay, this is going to be a concert film, and then we're going to have some talking heads.
Right.
I didn't expect to walk away feeling so many emotions, and the one that a lot jumped out, but the one that really jumped out for me was love. And there were a couple of shots that I actually cried when you zoom in on you and Patty holding hands. And watching that, I was just going, how after all these years do you keep the love so strong? And how, this industry is mad. How are you able to juggle the make-believe with the real world?
Anybody that's been married for a long time will tell you it's a daily experience. You take it a day at a time and hope that everything works out. You know, there's never any guarantees that the next day is going to be what you want it to be, you know. So you do your best, and you just take it a day at a time, and hope that the things that you've built sustain you. You know, I make a lot of mistakes along the way, but you hope that the foundation that you've built and the knowledge you've gained as you've gone through life is enough to sustain the life that you've chosen, you know. So that's important. Sort of, you have to make your peace between your work life and your home life, obviously, and you have to understand where the blessings of each one reside. And the trickiest part is transitioning from a tour to going back home. That always takes a little balancing and a little adjusting. But over the years, I've gotten better at it, and we've gotten pretty good at it. So
there's so many quotes that I could throw back at you from the film, but I think one that really resonated was, keep asking questions for self-growth. Go deeper and better. So walk on in pursuit of those better questions.
Yeah, I think that answers are hard to come by, you know, but questions keep coming up. And if you're leading a examined life, as I've tried to lead, what comes up constantly is newer and better questions that lead you deeper into joys of human experience, And so that's really, there's no answer at the end of the day towards, there's no great answers in life, There's, I always believe there's just better questions you ask yourself that brings you closer to the people you love and whether it's the town or country you care about and the things that move you and motivate you. And so it's this constant questioning of life and this constant search for inspiration and that's really the key of, I think, of an active and a fulfilled life as you go along.
Yeah, I've got so many more questions, but we've run out of time, so I'm going to end on. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For all
Thank
of
you
this.
very
Thank
much.
you. It's such a joy to meet you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The pleasure was mine.